From America's bold vector W8 to the legendary Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR, some supercars were born to shock the world, then vanished almost overnight. These machines weren't just fast, they were statements of ambition, engineering, and exclusivity. With production numbers so low you could count them on your fingers, most disappeared into private collections, rarely touching public roads again. In this video, we'll journey through 10 of the rarest supercars ever built. Cars like the Jaguar XJ220, Bugatti EB110, Ferrari F50 GT, and Pagani Zonda Cinque. Each one tells a story of power, innovation, and rarity that made it unforgettable. Stay with us as we count down the icons you'll almost never see again. In the number 10 position, we have the Vector W8, a bold experiment from America's supercar dreams. Born in 1990, the W8 promised to rival Ferrari and Lamborghini with its aerospace-inspired design and twin-turbo V8 pushing nearly 650 horsepower. On paper, it was unbeatable. 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds and a top speed close to 240 miles per hour. But in reality, reliability issues, sky-high costs, and a collapsing company made it vanish almost as quickly as it appeared. Only 17 were ever built, and the 1991 model year remains the most recommended among collectors for its slightly improved tuning and refinements. Today, spotting one outside of a private garage or auction is nearly impossible. The Vector W8 is less a car you drive and more a myth you whisper about, a symbol of America's wild ambition to take on Europe's supercar elite. In the number 9 position, we have the Jaguar XJ220, a supercar that once held the crown as the world's fastest car. Released in 1992, it roared with a twin-turbocharged V6 producing over 540 horsepower, capable of reaching 217 miles per hour, a record at the time. Sleek, low, and futuristic, it looked like something pulled straight from a sci-fi sketchbook. But despite its performance, the XJ220 struggled with changing markets, high prices, and unmet promises of a V12 engine, leaving many buyers disappointed. Only 282 units were ever produced, with the 1993 model year standing out as the most refined option. Today, the XJ220 rarely escapes the walls of museums or elite garages. For a fleeting moment, it made Jaguar the fastest name on earth, but now it survives as a rare ghost of Britain's bold attempt to redefine the supercar era. In the number 8 position, we have the Suzetta Marauder 516T, one of the strangest and rarest supercars ever built. Unveiled in 1991, this Italian machine was powered by a unique transverse-mounted V16 engine, essentially two Lamborghini V8s joined together, producing an incredible 540 horsepower. Its sharp wedge design screamed 1980s excess, a car that looked more like a concept than something you could actually drive. Backed by music legend Giorgio Moroder, the project aimed to rival Ferrari and Lamborghini but quickly collapsed under massive costs and limited demand. Only about a dozen units were ever completed, making the 1993 model year the most desirable among collectors. Today, the Suzetta is more of a legend than a car, an ultra-rare unicorn that blended outrageous design with a soundtrack straight out of Hollywood. If you see one, you're witnessing a piece of supercar folklore that most will never lay eyes on. In the number 7 position, we have the Bugatti EB110, the car that briefly brought Bugatti back to life in the early 1990s. Launched in 1991 to celebrate Ettore Bugatti's 110th birthday, it came armed with a quad-turbocharged V12 and all-wheel drive, pumping out over 550 horsepower. The EB110 could sprint from 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds and hit a top speed of 213 miles per hour. Astonishing numbers for its time. Its sleek wedge profile and butterfly doors made it look every bit the part of a futuristic supercar. Yet despite its brilliance, Bugatti collapsed financially in 1995, cutting the EB110's life short after only 139 were built. Collectors often favor the 1994 EB110SS, the lighter and more powerful variant. Today, the EB110 stands as a bridge between Bugatti's forgotten past and its future dominance, a rare jewel you'll almost never see outside elite auctions or private vaults. In the number 6 position, we have the Aston Martin 177, a masterpiece of British craftsmanship that debuted in 2009. As its name suggests, only 77 units were ever produced, making it one of Aston's most exclusive creations. Beneath its sculpted carbon fiber body sat a monstrous 7.3-liter, naturally aspirated V12, delivering 750 horsepower and a soundtrack that could raise goosebumps. The car blended raw power with elegant design, making it less of a supercar and more of a rolling piece of art. Each example was tailored to its owner, ensuring no two were exactly alike. The 2011 model year remains the most admired for its refined engineering tweaks. But blink and you'll miss it. Most 177s vanished into private collections the moment they were built. Today, seeing one on the road is nearly impossible, cementing its status as one of the rarest jewels in modern automotive history. In the number 5 position, we have the McLaren F1 LM, the road-going tribute to McLaren's legendary 1995 Le Mans victory. Born in 1995 and based on the already iconic McLaren F1, the LM was stripped down, lightened, and armed with a naturally aspirated 6.1-liter BMW V12 producing over 670 horsepower. It could rocket from 0 to 60 in just 3.2 seconds, and its top speed exceeded 225 miles per hour, mind-blowing for its era. Only 5 units were ever made, each finished in a striking papaya orange to honor McLaren's racing heritage. The 1996 LM models remain the most revered, representing the pinnacle of what the F1 could achieve. Unlike many supercars, the LM wasn't just rare, it was untouchable, reserved only for the wealthiest and most determined collectors. Today, the McLaren F1 LM is nearly priceless, a mythical machine you'll likely only encounter in whispers or at elite auctions. In the number 4 position, we have the Lamborghini Reventon, unveiled in 2007 as one of the most radical designs the brand had ever produced. Inspired by fighter jets, its sharp, stealth-like angles and matte gray finish made it look less like a car and more like a weapon. Beneath the aggressive bodywork sat a 6.5-liter V12, producing 650 horsepower, capable of pushing the Reventon to 211 miles per hour. Lamborghini limited production to just 20 coupes, later adding 15 roadsters, ensuring its instant status as a collector's dream. The 2008 coupe is often regarded as the most iconic version, being the original that set the tone. While it was based mechanically on the Murcielago, the Reventon's exclusivity and futuristic styling elevated it far above its sibling. Today, every unit is locked away in private collections, making the chance of ever seeing one in the wild nearly zero. In the number 3 position, we have the Ferrari F50 GT, a machine so rare and extreme that even Ferrari tried to keep it hidden. Built in 1996 as a race-ready evolution of the F50, the GT packed a 4.7-liter V12, screaming out nearly 750 horsepower, paired with a stripped-down chassis for ultimate track domination. It was meant to compete in endurance racing, but Ferrari abruptly canceled the project before it could shine. Only 3 prototypes were ever completed, making the 1996 model year the most collectible by default. With its wild aerodynamics, lightweight build, and savage performance, the F50 GT was essentially a Formula One car in disguise. Today, all 3 examples live in private hands, surfacing only rarely at exclusive events. For most enthusiasts, the F50 GT remains a mythical chapter of Ferrari's history, one of the greatest cars the public never got to truly experience. In the number 2 position, we have the Pagani Zonda Cinque, a breathtaking finale to one of the most iconic supercars ever built. Released in 2009, the Cinque was created as a farewell edition for the original Zonda, blending road usability with track-focused aggression. Its AMG-sourced 7.3-liter V12 delivered 678 horsepower, paired with a lightweight carbon titanium body that pushed the limits of engineering. Only 5 coupes and 5 roadsters were ever produced, making the 2009 coupe the most desirable among collectors. Each example was hand-built, loaded with details that showcased Horacio Pagani's obsession with art and performance. With its screaming exhaust note, razor-sharp handling, and jaw-dropping rarity, the Cinque instantly disappeared into the garages of the ultra-wealthy. Today, the Zonda Cinque is less of a car and more of a legend, a once-in-a-lifetime masterpiece that cemented Pagani's place among the gods of the supercar world. In the #1 position, we have the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR, a car born directly from the world of endurance racing. Built in 1998 to homologate Mercedes' FIA GT1 race car, it looked more like a Le Mans prototype than anything meant for the street. Under the hood sat a 6.9-liter V12 producing 604 horsepower, capable of pushing it past 200 miles per hour with brutal ease. Only 25 coupes and 6 roadsters were ever made, making the 1999 coupe the most admired among collectors. With its massive rear wing, wide stance, and raw racing DNA, the CLK GTR was as close to a race car as any road-legal machine has ever been. Today, nearly all of them are locked away in private collections, surfacing only at the rarest auctions. The CLK GTR isn't just rare, it's untouchable, a true unicorn of the supercar world you'll almost never see again.